VF. I thought it was VF Corp, which is the shirts. They own Vans and Ray-Ban. This is VF Interflex Group. They got a big help wanted sign. They've had it on here. I mean, it's on their building. It's huge. And they had this. Well, I don't know if it was before COVID. We didn't apply here, so let's try. We'll take you through the application process. They'll call me. You have to come back for a second interview. Then you have to go get a drug test. And you go watch an HR. And it takes about a week. And then you got to work for 2 weeks, get a check. So in 3 weeks, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I call the VA, go to the food. Then I'm thrown out of my house too because there's a lawyer in town that took 4 times to pass the bar because he's an ex-drug addict and he's a musician. When I play the drums, I talk to him. I'm one of those high-performance athletes and stuff like that. And my body fat's 7%. He mentioned to somebody, wow, Lack, he's an amazing man. And then, well, Lack, he didn't get any money from Wall Street. There's something wrong. Well, is he on meth? Because there's 2 kinds of people. There's the obese and then there's the meth addicts around here. So if you're skinny, you're on meth. If you're fat, you're normal. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? Did a lawyer actually say that? That actually come out as well? Now you have the narcissistic Miss Karen who got thrown out by her ex-husband. Now I have to find a place to live. The drama never ends with Lack. Anyway, so she said that. I'm going to ask the attorney before I leave this town, did you say that about me? Because if not, there's a person that's using your name and saying, hey, but hey, you take a hair sample, and I think I got some hairs in there, some follicles that are a couple years old, and you can go back and look at my hair, and they'll give you the history, whether or not I've used drugs, and I haven't taken anything except for Advil in the past. Many years. No alcohol, no drugs whatsoever. So anyway, Interflex Group. When you get caffeinated up, I guess you do sound like a meth head, but let's be ridiculous. All you gotta do is look at somebody's pupils, whether they're dilated, not dilated. You can tell if they're on drugs. It's actually the rate of change. You put a flashlight in somebody's eyes. If you can't tell somebody's on drugs, you're an idiot. We're gonna go in here and apply, and then hopefully they'll let me video it, and you'll see how long it actually takes somebody to get a job and get their first paycheck. The issue is we can't work for cash because the cash market's broken. Everybody's trying to work for cash doing the COVID aid. So the IRS is hiring 11,000 more agents. I'm not working for the IRS. As if they even gave me an OS3, that's same as a captain in the Army. That's what, $3,000 a month? State troopers in North Carolina start at $36,000 a year. Now, state troopers are good and honorable men, and that's a hell of a career. And you get half your pay for after 20. So that's why they do it. But I don't know how these guys survive. So the local law, we're not going to go there. You can see why things happen. And they don't. State police are always the integrity of every state in the nation. I'd have to agree. They're all college graduates. They're all brilliant. So we have to go. We're going to talk to the state police in this video thing. We're going to do Ardell County Court. We're going to do Wilkes County Court. And then we're going to go do Sumner County, Tennessee Court as well, because don't forget the child support. North Carolina looked at Tennessee. I never paid Tennessee. I paid the ex directly. She found the loophole to get North Carolina to look at Tennessee. He never paid. They put a judgment against me. I go to Tennessee Family Court. They say you don't live here anymore. I go to North Carolina Family Court. They say the case wasn't in North Carolina. The solution is to hire a lawyer for $5,000 to move the old case from Tennessee to North Carolina, then go in there and show them my bank statements that I paid. I have to pay $5,000 to prove that I paid the other $20,000, which I overpaid that because I paid from Madison being 18 to 20, so $400 a month, 12 times 4 is 4,800 times 2 years. Call that $9,600. I overpaid, so I'm going to get a judgment against her for overpayment of child support. This case has been going on for 2 years. Nobody will hear it. So you have child support. You have the ex called Toyota and said he is not on his meds. He's in a mental health program at the VA. The VA found out about it and went, what? So now we have federal agents investigating that. So the Toyota boss that fired me said, are you on your meds? I'm like, oh my God, did you just say that? You can't say that to people, because I got PTSD from the Gulf War. And then if a kid came home from Iraq or Afghanistan, we just pulled that shit show ceasefire. If he came in, got a job at Toyota, and they sat him down and say, hey, you're mentally ill, and the VA says that young warrior would grab that Toyota manager So this, I have to do that, pursue that case just for the good of the veterans. And you guys are always, yeah, I'll support the veterans and do anything. Okay. There's veterans running around homeless and they can't get a effing job because the cash market's broke and the whole economy's broke. There's no chicken fingers, even though you live in North Carolina with the Chicken Farm Central. You have Tyson here, but the local Walmart told me last night they can't get chicken strips, chicken fingers, because the production plant for Tyson that's in another state that makes the chicken strips has COVID. It's just never ending. You can't get food. You can't get a job. You can't even go work for the Spanish roofers. That's on me, though, because they didn't really believe me. Supposedly tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, they're going to let me work. But we're at Interflex Group. We're going to put in an application, and we're going to see that it literally takes 3 weeks in America to get a paycheck. So you'd go to, a homeless shelter, and you go to a food pantry, and I'm sure that's healthy food. To eat healthy, that's $1. We're using peanut butter, rye bread, grapes, bananas. To eat healthy, the cheapest you can go, I spent $12. The lady at the coffee house knows that I was rich and now I'm poor. I got an egg biscuit. Didn't eat the biscuit, just ate the eggs for $1.79. She threw in a cup of coffee for free. I gave her $3. So I'm up to $13.78 or $15.78 today just for food because I refuse to poison myself because I'm not suicidal. We got half a tank of gas. Looks like these people just started. We got half a tank of gas and we've got $4. Yeah, they're all in. This is an HR. These are all new employees, I guess. No. I don't know. They look like me. So maybe I'll get in with them and we'll see how long it takes to get a job at of course, probably for $12 an hour, which 12 times 4 is 48, $500 a week after taxes, $400 a week, $1,600. Rents for, even if you own a car, take the bus. Food is $20 a day. That's $600. That's $1,000. What do we got left over? How do you have left over to pay child support? And I don't owe any. I'm saying it's make America great again. Good Lord, it's completely ruined. You cannot work. Oh, I just can't believe what I'm seeing, you guys. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I did not know. Being a rich Wall Street guy and making, I used to bitch when I only made 150 grand a year. I was like broke. But I just need to make $2,000 a month, actually $1,876 all in. And that's to pay everything. So if I rent a room for $500 on Craigslist, I'm having a hard time making $2,000 a month right now. And I'm in great shape, work out 3-4 hours a day. And that's just working 40, 50. At $15 an hour, let's call it 40. That's 6 times 4 is 24 after taxes. I can make the $2,000 and just break even. I'm 54 years old. I have no other bills. So either you're 54 or 24. I'm on day 5 of applying, and I'm just keeping my mouth shut. Yes, sir, no, sir, and filling out my applications. I'm an Army vet, a college grad, and I've yet to find work. And we're into, I don't know how many I've applied to. I'll put together the list and we'll do it. Of course, I'm scaring people, but I'm not. I'm even leaving stuff off my resume so they don't think, you're working for your advanced degree and I screwed up the other place. I put Toyota. So, they don't want to hire a car salesman because I'll just quit on them. Now I can go to Nashville and get my car sales job back, or Florida. It's not the point. If I want to stay in Wilkes County, if I want to rent a room, there's no rooms for rent. I don't even think there's a homeless shelter there. We'll go visit there. We're going to end up there in 2 weeks. So we'll do homeless shelter, food pantry, and we'll work. And then we'll work hard and we'll take every overtime shift. We'll get a second job. And we're going to do this 30, 60, 90 days. Let's see how much I can save just by eating good food. Let's eliminate the car payment because in theory I could take the bus or walk and ride my bikes. I got my bikes. I have no possessions. This is a really, really good experiment for America. There has been in the past guys that have done this, and then they started at a moving company and they worked for cash and then they worked their way up. I'm doing the same philosophy, but it's under COVID rules. I can't even get a job at a movie company, and I got a strong back. All right, let's rock. Appropriate song, huh? All right, love what matters.